Hello, everybody. Welcome to Cooking Up Beats with Josh Spoon. This is the first of I don't know how many tutorials I'm going to do about making beats and different types of music. So, the first thing that I wanted to talk about that has been really cool is Live 9. And there's two things really quickly that I wanted to point it out that I really enjoy already. That's the envelope follower and the LFO. These are two of the things that I really liked in FX Expansion's Etch, but I had a lot of CPU problems using that, and it's just cool that this is now just built in the live through Max, but also built in the live. So I'm going to show you those two things, and also an instrument rack that I made called My Favorite Martian. It's built of a tom sample that I created out of analog and then pitched it up 15 times and added an arpeggiator to create musical sequences that can just be generated on the fly. So I'll show you those three things. So let's check it out. So over here on the left is Live's new browser. It's really cool. It's broken up into two sections with categories and then your instruments and effects and everything. One of the things that's kind of weird about it is it's hard to do a search and get exactly what you want. You still have to drill down. Like if I search for, I think there's something called 12 guitar or something, it takes me to guitar and pluck. Then I have to open it, then it takes me there instead of just giving me a list of the 12. So that's a little strange, but if you have that folder open already, then it'll show. But if not, you have to drill down in the folder. Right here is envelope follower because I was just using it. Just drag it in there. So we have a couple of parameters that we can mess with here. Here's the gain, so that'll add or subtract the signal for your envelope follower to work off of. There's the rise, which is similar to attack, and fall, which is similar to decay. And then there's the delay, which offsets how the envelope, I guess, how the sound's coming into the envelope or how the envelope responds to the sound. Then you've got your time, which is synced or millisecond base, your min and max to be able to set a range. There's your min and max to be able to set a range. And then here's your map button. So I'm going to map it here to the length of my favorite Martian instrument. And I'm just going to let it go and see what we get here. So I'm seeing I'm raising the gain, and as I raise the gain, the length is changing. So I can raise the gain up again a little bit. Raise the rise. So it goes kind of over time, and then the fall over time. And it just becomes a little subtle as you see the length subtly changing. If I put the delay up, I could turn the delay down. Then here's the min max. So I got the min really high. I can lower the max and kind of stay in a range. You can kind of just play with it. Okay. So that's the envelope follower. I actually, if you look and see on the envelope follower, these parameters don't work, at least for me, very well with the macros. Like right here, I'm turning the first macro on my ABC, and that's turning the delay, which doesn't really visually make sense to me. So I made a rack. In my User library, envelope follower. So I have my envelope follower rack that I dragged in here, and now it visually works the way that the macros show. So you've got your gain and everything working easily. So now you can map it. I just mapped it back to the length, and you can be able to mess with it on the fly. So you can see, so I just mess with the fall. It responds pretty nicely. Change them in max. So it's pretty cool. So that's the envelope follower. All right. All right, so let's take a look at the LFO, and it's very similar as well. It's pretty cool as well. So we're back in the Max for Live plugins, and just go down to the LFO. Where to go if I can spell? Dragging the LFO there. So this is the LFO tool. You got an offset. You got a sync or frequency. You have a couple of different waves to choose from. Hold, jitter, change the phase. The depth of the wave. And the jitter, which I really like. It adds some randomness. Make it smooth. So it just adds a little bit of life into your patches and your tracks to be able to do some automated things. So this jitter will definitely help make some randomness in your tracks. So mess with those two and see what you come up with. And I'm going to show you right now my favorite Martian. All right, so this is my favorite Martian. So, I'm going to show you a little bit how it works. So you have a rate for the arpeggiator, the length of the notes for it to arpeggiate, the latch on and off. So you can just hit the key and let it go, or you can play whatever you want. This is the key right here, and the minor and major. The key is to just help you stay in the key. And right now in this version, if you go higher in the keys, it starts to play cells that have no sounds. So I have to go back and modify it so it stays within that 16 grid. But right now it works pretty well. Then there's the booth, which is a ping pong delay. And this is the frequency range that it's going to ping pong in. And then there's the when are we, which is the rate of delay in either milliseconds or in the 16th blocks. And then there's the where are we, which is a reverb. It places you either closer or further back in the mix. So that's pretty much how it works. I'm going to show you some of the sounds you can get out of this. It's pretty versatile. You can change the rate. Anything nice, kind of toy piano sounds to, I don't know, piranhas fighting over somebody's leg. Who knows? And the length is really nice. You can get anything to kind of weird Martian sounds, in my opinion. And there's the latch. It's off. So now you can just play it like any instrument. I like the latch on. Makes everything fun. And here's the keys. major, minor. That's with the ping pong off. So then it just becomes really abrasive if you like it like that. There's the time. As you can see, the reverb smooths things out really nicely. So that's the basics of it. There's other things in here. You can kind of pull these out if you want. This is the gatekeeper and the key master. Here's the rack. Professor Spacetime. And here's the type, which I call Abed and Troy. So you go between the milliseconds and what the 16 blocks. And then there's the attack on here, which also changes the notes up a little bit. So you can make quite a few sounds with this. So check it out. Have some fun with it. So thanks for watching and checking out Cooking Up Beats with Josh Spoon. Volume 1.